Now, there is another great option here. There's tried the DVO pixel to remove, for example, dead pixels. So we have a full tool set to improve the quality of our image. Now, this is integrated with Mistika Boutique and Mistika Ultima, but I was thinking about this yesterday, and just imagine this functionality in a software like Mistika Workflows, or just the fact that I can just send all my timeline, all the R&Ds from my timeline in the output, making a write script only and send those R&Ds to workflows. And if I have a great amount of old footage that I need to restore, I can just apply these plugins, send to Mistika Workflows, make the render of all my clips, bring those clips into Mistika, and continue the job. And the great thing is it's fully integrated. I don't need to move between softwares or anything. Everything stays in the Mistika ecosystem. So that's absolutely fantastic, because at the end, it's not that the functionality stays here in Mistika. We can move it to other softwares if we need it, because at the end we're using the same code. So as you can see, Mistika 10 is a huge step forward in the right direction, in my opinion. We are cleaning the interface, we are making it easier, more accessible for the users, but without limiting the performance and the possibility of Mistika. We are still keeping our identity. We are not copying other solutions. We are Mistika, and we want to keep that identity in the next developments and in the future. The great thing of Mistika, and well, you know that because you work with it, is the flexibility and the freedom that gives you. And we are not breaking that flexibility of that freedom. We are just making Mistika simple, or we are simplifying some of the complex aspects of Mistika. Like, for example, the embedded params, it helps quite a lot. The color grade, the fact that everything now is much better organized in the visual editor. So we are keeping that flexibility, that freedom, that performance, without limiting anything. In fact, we are designing all these new tools, all these new panels with new features. Every time that we redesign a panel, we include new features, we include new options, which is great, and it illustrates really well how can be the future of Mistika. This is the first step. It's the most difficult one, I can tell you, is to include new interface with the old interface, combining both, etc. is probably the most complex thing that we have done in the last few years. But once we have done it, the rest of the changes that will follow in the following months and in the following versions will be faster, because now we know, we have an idea, we have the scope, we have an image of what we want to get in the future. The fact that we have started with color is a statement at the end. We are fully committed in color. We know that we have many customers that use Mistika for color, and that's the reason why we started from here. Even if the color grade of the previous Mistika version, it wasn't bad at all, because the color toolset was superb at that time as well. We started with color as a statement for the industry. We are committed with color, we are committed with workflow, and we are going to focus on that area in the future, in the next developments. So with this quick overview of Mistika 10, as you can see, there are many new functionalities and many new things. I hope you like this presentation. I hope you like this new version. We expect to have a lot of feedback from you guys. We will release the open beta really soon. We want that feedback, because again, Mistika has been developed with the help of our customers, and we want to continue that way to work, because it's the way that at the end works really well for us and for you. So again, we expect feedback, and again, I hope you like this presentation. And yeah, I'm now open to any questions that you have, any comments, any feedback. So thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for using Mistika.
Thank you very much, Adrian, for this awesome presentation. And we already have many questions down in the Q&A panel that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So I suggest we go answering. The first one was from Matthias, so we can start with that one maybe.
Okay, so Matthias asking is if it's possible to have an easy way to change in the default behavior of clips on import. For example, select different default result size, or depending on input file type. I mean, everything is possible. It's not a matter of if it's possible or not. It's a matter of the priority of that functionality. Again, we are listening to our customer. If the customers want that function, we will focus on that function. We have some ideas for future developments. I'm not going to comment on those ideas here because I don't want to open the box. But yeah, if that's the option that people ask for it, we will have it, that for sure. With the new interface and with the new options of the new layout, everything is possible, really. We are not so limited like in previous Mistika versions where the interface was an important limitation. Another question is also an option to choose a default preset custom for all clips. Anthony Pratt is asking. Let me understand the question. Oh, result size for all clips. Okay, I see. Yes, yeah, that option will be done in the future. Right now, what we did with the framing option, the fact that you have the framing embedded on the clips, is to make it easier to manage of those clips. But yeah, it makes sense to have like a general setting and say, okay, I want that all my clips have this result size, this resolution, this change, and it will be done. The fact that we don't have it yet is because we haven't created yet like a general preset to control all the framings, or to control all the color grade, all the unicolors, for example, or to control all the red params or raw params. But we will have like general options to control the full timeline. That's for sure. Is there a multi-GPU support like NVIDIA Link or SLI? Not for now. Not for now. It's something many people ask for. This it's something that we need to discuss with the developers. To be honest, for now we haven't. We don't need it. I mean, we have systems making 8K at real-time playback at 60 frames per second without the need of this kind of GPU combinations. But it's a pretty common question. So yeah, we sooner or later we will take a look to that and see if we can improve Mistika performance using this kind of GPU combinations. Can we stack filters, for example, a blur and then a resharpen? Absolutely, but in different vectors, not in the same vector. So you can use one vector for blur and the other one for sharp. That's not a problem. And you can even use the blur and sharp in the inside and the outside. Okay, we don't have an inside-outside controls in here, basically because we didn't have those controls in the previous Mistika version. We have the first step of this redesign was to move the current functionalities to this new layout, and then include the new functionalities that we thought it could be really important for the users for the grading. That option will be included. The option to have an input and an output option for filters is not done yet, but it will be done in the future. But yeah, you can create multiple vectors and stack all those filters. Does the new contrast function have contrast pivot to control the S curve? S curve was designed at the beginning of this new interface. Is going to be included in the future as well. It's one of those things that we want to include for sure in the new color grade in primary. Is not yet there because at the end this is a matter of time. Okay, so we had like a specific amount of time to develop Mistika 10, and we removed some of the functionality for this first version because of a matter of time. But I can assure you that that option is included in the primary panel for the future. Xavier Perez is thanking us for the presentation. My only wish, will Mistika Boutique work in Fluid in the iMac Pro? We are working on the Mac version because we know that is normally the version that gives us more issues because of Apple or Mac things at the end, because it's pretty unique their environment. So but yeah, we're working on that to make it as fluid and as stable as possible. In any case, this is for everyone, guys. If you find any problem with the Mac support or Windows support or any problem on Mistika, please send us a ticket, because it's the only way. We have beta testers, of course, but we cannot cover all the work that our clients do. So it's much easier if you find a problem that we haven't fixed it, just send us a ticket, because it's the way that we have to follow that problem and to fix it.